The Dene Nation is an ambassador nation for God in these last days. God has called you to lead the way in calling other First Nations to align with Israel and the Gate Beautiful. During World War II, the United Nations came to Uganda and asked, "Will you take the Jews?" At that time, Uganda said no. After Israel became a nation in 1948, Uganda went to its leaders and asked what they could do to help. Israel stated that it wanted to restore its agriculture and needed topsoil. Uganda responded with thousands of tons of its best topsoil for Israel. Today, the areas where that topsoil was taken from is filled with gold and oil. You see, it's still true. Those who will bless you will be blessed. Uganda has experienced revival in the past decade, but God has a greater wave of revival to send. Uganda is positioned at the Gate Beautiful. God is calling you to lead the way for the First Nations by showing what will happen to a nation that aligns in renewed covenant with Israel, to watch in prayer over Israel. As you step into the Gate Beautiful, a great burning torch is going to come forth out of Zion and light your nation with the glory of God. A great deliverance is coming to the nations before the return of Christ. It is a great awakening. It is a greater awakening than the world has ever known. The enemy is positioning the nations to align. There's a line missing here. And have God's covenant with Israel regarding its lands broken. The enemy is quickly positioning to all odds against Israel, but the king still has one more move. He is calling the mighty prayer warriors of the Dene Nation to come stand on the walls of prayer for a nation that cannot do this on its own. The Dene people are going to find that the king has yet another move of glory that is coming as it aligns with Israel, to pray daily for God's blessing, protection, and prophetic fulfillment to come forth. Dene, you are an ambassador nation. You have only begun to see the power and glory of God. There are those in your nation that the enemy has been attacking. He has been attacking your finances, marriages, children, and health. There are today who have diagnoses of sickness and the doctors can't help you. I want you to know the king still has one more move for you as you align to pray daily for Israel. The devil has been telling some of you your marriages are over, but I want to tell you the king still has one more move. The devil has taken some of your jobs, and you don't know how you are going to live or pay the rent, but the king still has one more move. The king always has one more move. We are positioned this day at the Gate Beautiful. It's time to enter into the gateway of destiny. I want to invite you to pray with me corporately for God to covenant you this year to stand with Israel in prayer, blessing and declaration of God's Israel and those nations who marry the land. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, John.
There's another couple pages you had wanted me to read it.
Yes. So this is a document that John and Agnes shared with me from a prophetic message in 2010. So now this is a prophetic message for the Dene Nation, but I believe that as the indigenous tribes among the Dene, among the Cree, among the Métis, and all the different families and the tribes arise and stand with Israel and with the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that there will be healing in the tribes. We have been praying and interceding for healing and restoration in our families, communities, in our tribes, in the nations, the tribal nations. And so thank you so much for sharing this message of prophetic encouragement. Amen.